it's me Geeky and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I put up a video. The only explanation that I can give you is that my mental health has been a little bit crappy since the beginning of the year, so I've been kind of struggling with that. I was kind of a little bit nervous coming on here and just not really wanting to do things in general, so that's why I haven't put a video out recently, so I do apologise. But I am going to be doing my haul video today. I have been kind of keeping myself sane again with reading manga, but before I get into the haul, I wanted to put a little announcement in this video. So I reached out to Tiffany over at Himika and Caitlin over at Caitins on Instagram and asked them if they would like to collab with me, because that's been like kind of a thing that I've wanted to do in the new year, and I forgot to put it in my resolutions because I'm a moron, but I really want to do some more collabs. So what we will be doing is a kind of manga swap box, and we decided on a themed box. So within the next few days, or within the next week, you will see a couple of videos going up onto the channel. There'll be sort of like one every single day from each of us. I think there's about 5 videos in total, so it's going to be a super fun time over on our 3 channels over the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and comment on all of our channels. All their links will be down in the description box down below. But I'm super excited about this collab. This manga swap has been so much fun to do, so much fun to talk to the girls about. It's been such a fun time. I've definitely made 2 new friends through doing this. It's been such a fun ride, so I can't wait for you guys to check out our videos. So yeah, go and subscribe to the girls if you haven't. But yeah, let's get straight into the haul, shall we? So my haul for this month is a mix of digital and physical. It's definitely not as big as the last few hauls on my channel, mostly because a lot of the series just got pushed back, or Amazon for some other reason didn't have them in stock, even though I pre-ordered them like months ago. I know a lot of people have been having problems with Amazon for that as well. But yeah, a lot of them got pushed back, so they're not here, so I've got a lot less than usual. But I also have some digital manga, which is kind of new for me. I decided to have a look on the Kindle Unlimited because I was kind of curious at delving into like the digital manga scene, because there's so many titles that are digital only that I would love to read and would love to see a physical print, but probably isn't going to happen, so I'm going to have to stick to them being digital. So not only did I have my Kindle Unlimited, which obviously I haven't paid for any of those titles because they're on Kindle Unlimited, I purchased a couple of series. So Kodansha was having a massive sale. I think it was romance titles, obviously being February with Valentine's Day, it was romance. So they had quite a few first volumes for like 99p. So I think I picked up maybe three new titles and then one continuation to one of those titles, if that makes sense. So the first one is A Kiss for Real by Fumi Akuta. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, I'm looking down on my iPad to make sure I get it right. And I have to say, this was such a cute first volume. The art style is really pretty. You'll probably be able to see from the cover right here. I did really enjoy it, and for 99p I thought, why the heck not, might as well give it a go. I haven't picked up any more since, but if and when they come on sale I might have to do so, because it was very interesting to read about a series kind of based in an art prep school. You know, it just reminded me a little bit of Horimiya. So if you like Horimiya, or if you like that kind of mask wearing facade where people pretend to be something they're not, just get people to like them, then I think you'll probably be interested in this. I remember the guy Izuki was very sort of like, not pushy, but he's very kind of blasé with his words, so he could be kind of cutthroat, and it was kind of refreshing to see that a little bit, because he's not like putting up with any of her fake bullshit. It was kind of straight to the point, and I appreciated that. Secondly, for the digital released was Lovesick Ellie. Now I know Volume 1, now I know this has been extremely popular in the shoujo manga community, and I know so many people have wanted to have this in physical, but it's only digital at the moment, so fingers crossed it does get a physical release. I really enjoyed Volume 1. I haven't picked up any more. It was so funny. I love Akira. I think, yeah, Akira is the guy's name. He's so like dual personalities, like he's so lovey-dovey, sweet, idol type high school boy in front of other girls, but in front of Iriko I think her name is, he's so totally different. Like it's totally 360. He's really not like aggressive, but like he's very blunt, and I really like his personality. I'm super curious to see how their romance kind of blossoms, because you know damn straight that it's gonna be a romance between those two, right? From Volume 1 you could definitely tell. And I love how Erika has a pen name under the name Lovesick Ellie, and she literally writes all of the fantasies that are going on in her head like on Twitter, and Akira sees it and he kind of teases her about it a little bit, and I like the dynamic between the two characters already, and it's only been Volume 1, so I'm super interested to see where this series goes from there. But yeah, I'm hoping to pick up more of that when I see it on sale, because I'm definitely more of a physical collector because I like holding the volumes physically, but I kind of really want to see what happens with these next few series. So yeah, when I see it on sale I will definitely be looking into picking it up. But last on my list is Tokyo Revengers volume 18 and 19. Now I heard Zach from Utro Shelf talk about this a while ago. He'd done a review and it really piqued my interest, especially with the anime coming out in April, I think it is. The animation looks really cool, the characters look really interesting, and the story just seemed kind of up my alley. I'm a massive shoujo fan, right, but I also like some good old shonen and seinen, so this was kind of like up my alley with the delinquents and being in high school, time travel. It just really piqued my curiosity. I read volume 1, it was on Kindle Unlimited, so I was blessed that it was, because it's super expensive otherwise because it's a Kodansha title. And yeah, I read volume 1 and literally blasted through all 17 volumes on Kindle Unlimited in like 2 days. Cannot get enough, cannot wait for volume 20 to be released digitally, and when it is I will be picking it up. And if it does get a physical release after the anime, bet your bottom dollar that I will be picking it up as well. It's a really good series. It's so like thought-provoking in a sense, like if you could go back in time, what would you change? If you could change something, how would you change it? What would you do to stop something bad happening? But if you stop something bad from happening, what are the consequences of stopping that from happening? Could something else happen? It was just a really fascinating read. I really recommend you pick it up if you haven't. Again, it is on Kindle Unlimited up to volume 18, so if you've got Kindle Unlimited, I seriously recommend you give it a go, because it was a fantastic read. I'm thinking of kind of doing a first impression / review on it, because I genuinely really enjoyed it so much, and I feel like so many people should read it, because it's like a story about friendship, about loss, about love, of time, like time travel. It's just a great read. But I will put kind of like these trigger warnings. It involves like delinquents and kind of gangsters, but that's more like in the future at the beginning, and when they time travel between the two, they go from their delinquent group, they then kind of evolve into like a criminal syndicate. So it's got a lot of violence, some death. It's yeah, it's got a lot in it, but it is a fantastic read, and I'm so pleased that I decided to take Zach from Uchu Self's recommendation on this, because he was not lying when he was saying it was a good series. I definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it already. So that's it for digital releases. Onto my physical releases. I honestly, if I'm being honest, haven't read any of, no, I've read 2. I haven't read a lot of my physical releases because I've been reading a lot of digital manga. I think I blasted through like 3 or 4 series on Kindle Unlimited, so that's why I haven't read anything physically, but I'm going to show you what I got regardless. So first up we have the Apothecary Diaries Volume 2. You guys know what I felt about Volume 1. I really enjoyed it, so I'm curious to see what is going to happen to Mamao, and I want to know what happens in the inner courts. What secrets are they hiding? If there's anything like dark and creepy. Like, it kind of gave like a darker feel for the first volume, so I'm curious to see what this kind of like mystery, historical, possible romance has in store. So that is Volume 2 of the Apothecary Diaries. Again, flicking through, the art looks as pretty as the first volume, so I can't wait to give that a go. I have actually pre-ordered Volume 3 because I did enjoy Volume 1 so much, so that is Volume 2. Next up is a series that I've been super curious about, purely because this particular mangaka has a new series that has just been released in America. We haven't quite got it yet in the UK. I think it's slated for March 4th or March 5th, but knowing what Amazon's like, it's gonna get chucked out for another couple of weeks and we won't see it until probably April. But that particular author is Ray Toma, and I picked up Volume 2 of Dawn of the Arcana. Volume 1 is still with Book Depository. It's still being shipped. I think I've heard that this series is in the same universe as The King's Beast. I think that's what the new one's called, but I've pre-ordered that first volume for that series, so I wanted to know what this one was about. I've heard it's a fantastic read. I've heard that Ray Toma is a fantastic mangaka, so I'm super excited to see what this story has entailed. I flicked through a few pages and the art looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't want to show you too much because I don't know if this is spoilers, but I will show you this first page here, but the art looks gorgeous. So next up is a continuation from a series that I started last year, the latter half of last year, and have fallen in love with it. It's kind of like, for me, kind of the shoujo version of Kingdom with certain aspects of the series. I know a lot of people will probably disagree, but that is Prince Freya Volume 4. This series is so fantastic. Volume 1, 2 and 3 were amazing, like chef's kiss, gorgeous. The art is gorgeous. The story is kind of dark, kind of bloody, kind of gory, so they're not afraid to kill off main characters or what you would have thought of being main character. I mean, the whole premise of this series is Freya is put into the royal family and is made prince because the real prince was actually poisoned and died, and the reason why Freya has been put in that position is because they look pretty much like twins. So I'm curious to find out if there's any relationship between her and the actual prince, because she was literally just a country girl, so I'm super curious to see what happens with the story. Volume 3 left off as a cliffhanger, and I've literally just opened up on a spoiler for myself. I'm a moron. Why did I do that? But I'm super curious to find out what happens in this series. Every single volume that I've read so far has been fantastic, and I just have a funny feeling that it's just going to continue to get good with every single volume. So if you haven't picked it up, definitely give this one a go. As I always say, it's like the love child between Yona of the Dawn and Requiem of the Rose King. So if you like those two, again, give it a go if you haven't. Next up is a series that I've watched season 1 and season 2 of on the anime, and for anime wise, and I think I put it in my previous video as my favourite reads as an honourable mention. I think it wasn't an honourable mention, I think it was. And that is volume 1 of Fire Force. I've got volumes 2, 3 and 4 coming to me from Blackwell's in the mail. It was on sale on Blackwell's for like $6.99 per volume, so I couldn't pass it up. I've been wanting to read this physically for a long time after watching the anime. This particular series is done by the same author as Soul Eater, and I really enjoyed the Soul Eater anime, but I know that Soul Eater has a different ending in the manga, like the anime done the anime only route. So I'm currently collecting Soul Eater as well in the new hardback edition, so obviously I was going to pick this up. It's just been a great anime, so how could I not pick up the manga, right? The actual premise sounds really strange, right? It's about firefighters, but the unique powers in this series, Shinra's family situation and how I'm going to say this, his mother and his family dies in this, but it's said within the first couple of chapters, so it's not really a spoiler. It's really intriguing to try and find out. I'm personally really intrigued to find out what happened to their family unit, why his mum was killed, why she spontaneously combusted. It's not just humans spontaneously combust like that. There is a reason for it, and in the anime that reason has already been, we've already found out what that reason is. That it could be that there's a sinister group behind it, maybe without being too spoilery, but it's a great read, great action shonen. There are some ecchi scenes in it. Our author likes to draw a few scandalous characters, not going to lie, in scandalous outfits that end up in precarious situations, so do be warned with that. But if you can bypass the fan service, it's a really good read and I would definitely recommend it. Next up is a series that has been sitting on my shelf for a good couple of months. I read volume 1, found it really intriguing, really interesting. It reminded me a little bit of Bleach in its setup, and that is Black Torch. Volume 1 for me was a good read. It wasn't the most amazing shonen, but it also wasn't the worst shonen, and I feel like it's a little bit disappointing that Shonen Jump or Shueisha decided to cancel it at 5 volumes. But I picked up volume 2. I'm interested to see what happens next. I'm curious. It was kind of like Bleach, but like it felt more militarized, if that makes sense, rather than going to the Soul Society or there being Shinigami, or not Shinigami, not Shinigami, Soul Reapers. They kind of have knives because they're ninjas, so yeah, it's intriguing. It's an intriguing premise. I like the fact that our main character can speak to animals. That kind of adds an interesting element, a kind of unique element to it as well, rather than ghosts, he can speak to animals. So yeah, sounds a bit weird in my head that I'm talking about it. It sounds a bit weird, but I was curious enough to pick up volume 2 because volume 1 was pretty decent read. Next up we have volume 18 of The Promised Neverland. So this I have been waiting for a long time. It was supposed to arrive in January and Amazon ended up postponing it for some unknown reason. I don't know if it was out of stock, or I'm not entirely sure what happened with Amazon, but it's finally here. Have I read it? No, because we've only got a couple more volumes left until it's finished, so I kind of want to wait. I'm thinking with this series I'm probably going to reread it from the beginning and then read the last 3 together to find out. I know the ending not everybody likes, but I've enjoyed the ride so far. And I enjoyed the first season of the anime. I haven't bothered even looking at the second season because I've heard so many bad things about it. They've pretty much left out, I think the arc was called Goldie Pond. And for me personally, as a manga reader and somebody that has read the actual manga, how could you leave that out? It's like, it's a crucial part of the series. Certain characters were left out, and I feel like if that's the case, they've left out a lot of character development for our main characters Emma and, oh my god, and Ray. They undergo a lot of character development, particularly Emma and Goldie Pond. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with them for doing that for season 2, but we have the manga and anime are 2 different mediums. So yeah, if you weren't satisfied with the anime, then give the manga a go. It's great, it's fantastic, the art's gorgeous. For me, it's been a fantastic read up until this point. As I say, I haven't read Volume 18, but definitely check it out if you haven't already. It is on the Shonen Jump app, so yes. Next up is My Hero Academia, Volume 26. I haven't read this one yet either. I think I left off maybe 23 or 22 because it was kind of a little bit boring for me at that point, and I wanted to leave a couple of volumes, let them stack up, and then read it, because I heard the villain arc was coming up after, like, I don't know what arc I was stuck in. It was like where they were battling different classes, kind of like the exam. I think it was like an exam or something, I'm not entirely sure, but it kind of was a little bit boring for me at that point. So yeah, I heard that I heard the villain arc is a really, really fantastic arc, so I'm gonna let these build up a few more. I think I'm gonna wait till I get to volume 30 and then binge read those. Hopefully it's good. If I'm kind of a bit meh with it, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to continue, but it's okay. I got a little bit bored, I think, because I was too busy watching loads of different Marvel superhero like programs and movies and stuff, and I might have kind of burnt out on superheroes. So yeah, maybe I'll give it another go within the next few months after I've got the next couple of volumes and see how we go, but it's an okay read. Please don't hate me, guys. So next up is a series that I'm super happy that I've reread, because it's so funny, so like just action-packed, so many good comedic moments between our characters. The character dynamic is fantastic, and Manga Enchanted was adamant. She was like, you need to continue on with this series, it's so good. And that is Spy Family Volume 2 and Volume 3. Oh my god, Anya is probably the most cutest girl ever. The facial expressions that she has drawn, that also has drawn her in, is so funny. The art style is so beautiful. This is definitely one of my favourite series by far. I don't know if I could show you some art here. I don't want to give you too much. This is obviously volume 2, so I don't want to give too many spoilers, although I feel like I probably just did. But yeah, it's so cute, so funny. I love the premise. If you are new to manga, if you are a shoujo reader and you don't really know if you're gonna like the shonen genre, I would definitely give this a read. If you don't want to buy it physically, check it out on the Shonen Jump app. It's amusing, it's funny, it's kind of a slice of life comedy action. It's just so good, and it deserves an anime without a doubt. And I know if this got an anime, it would blow up even more. But the premise of the story is Twilight is an assassin. Is a spy, and he's sent to kind of assassinate a certain political head of a foreign country, and in order to do so, or to get intelligence on him, he has to have a family, create a family, send his family to a certain school or academy, which is a very prestigious school, and have his child mix in with the son of this particular political head figure. And he ends up going into an orphanage, adopting Anya, but what he doesn't know about Anya is that she is actually a telepath. So she knows exactly what's going on in Twilight's head, and honestly the interaction between those two is hilarious, it's cute, it's adorable, it's lovable, it just melts my heart every single time. But not only does he have to have a daughter or a child, he also has to have a wife. So here enters Yor. She is an assassin. She's batshit crazy, like, but cute at the same time. She's got a brother that sort of could be a problematic character for Twilight, so he's got to be extra careful around him. Just, it's so funny, and I love Twilight and Yor's interactions. It's honestly a stellar series. If you haven't picked it up, please give it a go. It's definitely worth your time and money. If you don't want to buy the physicals, again, check it out on the Shonen Jump app. It's so bloody brilliant. So that is volume 1 and 2 of Spy X Family, or Spy Family. Next up is another Viz Media title. Oh, what a surprise. I think 90% of this haul has been Viz Media, and that is volume 16 of Children of the Whales. I haven't really got a lot to say about this because I haven't read it. I stopped off at volume 11 because that's all I've got, and then I've got 15 and 16. I need to fill in the gap there. But this is such an underrated, darker shoujo series that I feel a lot more people should at least check out. It is a slow burning series. It takes a while to get to know the world and the environment of which our main characters are in, but it's beautiful, it's creative, it's dark, it's intriguing. There's so many different elements to the world that these characters live in. There's an anime on Netflix, I believe it's still on there, so if you've got Netflix, go and check it out to see if you'd be interested in the story. But the volume 1 goes from being very like light, almost like fantastical fantasy feeling shoujo, to doing a complete 360 to ending in something that you just did not expect at all. And I don't want to say too much about that because that is a spoiler for the first volume, but it does get quite dark quite quickly in the first volume. But it is a fantastic series. I want to show you the art, but I feel like we're in volume 16, so it's probably a really bad idea. Let's just show you the art here. But it's such gorgeous art, and the covers for every single volume is stunning. Viz done an absolutely amazing job with this series. It's a nice matte finish with some like embossed like shiny bits here, if that makes sense. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. It's been a great read so far. The characters are great, the story's great. Like, I love the whole idea of a civilization living on a moving island. Like, it's so intriguing to me. So if you are kind of interested, or that sounds interesting to you, give it a go. Also, let me know what you think if you've read it or seen the anime. Let me know what you think, because I know it's kind of like a series that gets mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people a bit meh. So yeah, let me know down below. But next up we have a couple of hardcovers, and that is Chobits, the 20th anniversary edition of volume 3. I haven't read any of these volumes yet. I'm waiting on the 4th volume to then give it a read, because if I don't like it I will just either give it away or sell it. But these releases are gorgeous. I just wish that Kodansha done a better job for their card captor Sakura, because they don't have too many coloured pages, and that could be a spoiler, so I shan't show that. But it's an absolutely beautiful release, and I can't wait to kind of get my teeth stuck into this one, because it looks really intriguing. I absolutely love Clamp. The art style, like, never disappoints me. I think my favourite Clamp series that I've actually read is probably a toss-up between Holic and Cardcaptor Sakura, because like, I love the dark creepy vibe of Holic and just the magical girl element to Cardcaptor Sakura. But yeah, if you like Clamp, I would recommend this. Kodansha done a great job with the hardbacks. They're beautiful. So yeah, it's only 4 volumes long. It's not too bad, but yeah, these are like $24.99 in US dollars, so a bit more of the on the pricier side. But for us over here, I think it's like £15, which isn't too bad. So next up is a gift for my birthday from Reese, and that is volume 6 of Card Gap to Sakura, the collector's editions. This, oh my god, this release is so beautiful. Like the hardcover, the size of it, the page quality, everything about it is absolutely gorgeous. It even comes with like a little like collector's card, and I think once you've got all the volumes you can put them all together and it creates an image, which is quite cute. The only thing that disappoints me about this release is the fact that there's like no coloured pages. You get like one coloured page, which is the full size version of the one on the front. Oops, I don't want to damage that, but it's just a bigger version of the picture on the front, which is a little bit crappy. Like I have the original Tokyo Pop art book, and the art in that is stunning, and I feel like Kodansha definitely missed out on putting a few more colour pages in this. But the story is gorgeous. The it's definitely worth looking into, without a doubt. If you want to get into this series and you don't really want to pay out for the omnibus, I had the omnibus editions last year and I sold them because I just wasn't happy. It wasn't comfortable to read, it's too thick, the spines crack. I think there was some coloured pages, probably more coloured pages than this, but it's just the edition's gorgeous, and if you haven't picked it up, give it a go. It's by far the most superior way to read this series in my opinion. The page quality is fantastic. The page is super white and the inking's super dark and super black, so I love that. I don't like the grey tones in some of the like cheaper volumes, so like Viz Media titles or some Kodansha titles. I love the pages to be crisp white with dark black inking. It just is a better experience in reading for me, so definitely give this a go. Again, this is volume 7 and I think I am on volume 4, so I've still got a few more to go, but I think there's only 9 collector's editions in this series, so not too many to go now, so I might wait till I've got all of them and then binge read the lot. So yeah guys, that was my haul for the month of February. It's not particularly a large haul, but somehow I've managed to speak for like 40 minutes, which means it's longer than my normal hauls. So I hope you don't mind with me rambling on. Also, don't forget to check out mine, Tiffany and Caitlin's collab videos that will be coming up within the next week or so. Keep your eyes peeled. Also, don't forget to check out my affiliate links down in the description below if you are purchasing manga from Book Depository. It just gives us a little bit of kickback for the channel, and also when we reach, I think we are almost at 3,000 subscribers, we're a couple of hundred off, but when we reach 3,000 subscribers I want to do a giveaway. So if people are purchasing using the affiliate link, that money will go into the giveaway, and I've gotten a pretty good idea as to what I would like to put into the giveaway. I just need to get hold of a few probably 9 volumes more because I managed to find a pretty rare volume of a series that I read within the last few months and absolutely enjoyed it, so I wanted to do it as a giveaway because I know it's pretty hard to find. So yeah, as I say, in the description box, use the affiliate link and all that money will be going into the giveaway that will be happening when we hit 3,000 subscribers, so hopefully that won't be too far away. But yeah guys, if you like this video, if you like the haul video, if you've got any questions, any comments, any at all, don't forget to drop them down in the comment section down below. Also, what did you pick up this month? Is there anything you're excited to pick up for next month? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And last but not least, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell so you know when my new videos drop, which will hopefully be a little bit more frequent than it has been. But yeah guys, hope you're taking care of yourself. Until next time guys, see ya, bye bye.